Welcome back. This is AP Environmental Science, Chapter 5. In this video, we're going to talk about mass extinctions. A mass extinction is just when you have a large amount of the species on Earth go extinct in a relatively short period of time. And throughout history, there have been natural causes for this occurring, whether it be a volcano or an asteroid hitting the Earth or something of that nature. And the way we know that there's been 5 mass extinctions that we know of, and the way we know of these mass extinctions is by looking at the fossil record. So the fossil record is just a record of Earth's history, and so as we look in the fossil record, we see strata in the rock that have a large amount of fossils, and so that what that means is a lot of species went extinct during that time in geological history. And so we know that there's 5 of them, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And for environmental scientists, this is important because if we can look back in history through the fossil record, we can then try to figure out why those mass extinctions occurred and sort of what happened in that time. And this can help us with looking at current extinctions on Earth today and the current mass extinction that's happening today as well. So this graph right here, it doesn't go back all the way in Earth's history. It only goes back just beyond 500 million years ago. And so Earth's history goes even further back than that. And so we have time in millions of years on the x-axis and number of genera on the y-axis. So remember that genera is a broader category than species. So genera incorporates or includes species, and so it has more in there. So as we look in time, we see that biodiversity increases, or the number of species increases, right? And then at a time in the fossil record, we see a dramatic decrease in the number of species. I'm going to use a different color because it's not showing up very well. So a dramatic increase and then a dramatic decrease. I mean, almost half the number of species known at that time go extinct in a relatively short amount of time, right? Something not even that, not that long, right? Then you have an increase of species, a little dip here, increase, and then a dramatic decrease again, right? In a short amount of time. An increase, a dramatic decrease here for our third extinction, mass extinction. Another increase, a dramatic decrease again. And then you see this unbelievable increase here in number of genera of species, or number of genera, excuse me. And then a dramatic decline in a mass extinction event there, which was our 5th one. This time between 230 million years ago and I think it's like 60 million years ago. This is when the dinosaurs were roaming the Earth. And then there was a mass extinction event right here, our 5th mass extinction event, and that's when the dinosaurs went extinct. And so this graph is a very important graph to understand these mass extinction events. I'm going to erase some of this that I have here so it's a little cleaner. And so you have to understand that when we see an increase, so we see this dramatic increase of biodiversity here, what's happening is speciation. So species are diverging and evolving, and you're having an increase of biodiversity, filling new niches on Earth and such. When you have a decrease, so a mass extinction event opens up a whole lot of niches and changes the global vegetation and all sorts of things, which basically makes available new niches for species to fill, and so you have an increase of speciation after a mass extinction event. So after each mass extinction, you see an increase of speciation through time. And so this is present day right here, the top of the graph here, and you can see we have more species, or more genera in this case, and species than ever before. And so we have a whole lot of species that are present today, and that's an important thing to take note of. So great biodiversity on Earth today. However, as we've talked about in class, This graph doesn't go past present day, but what we're seeing in the last couple decades is an unbelievable decline in species. And so we have a mass extinction event, and it's our sixth mass extinction, scientists believe. However, this mass extinction, the sixth mass extinction, is largely caused by man. And so this is very problematic. So all of these, like this extinction right here was due to an asteroid, and I think this one right here was a volcano, etc., natural causes. But now this sixth mass extinction is largely caused by man, loss of habitat, those things that we've talked about. And so we expect, or scientists estimate, that by the year, I think it's 2055, that we'll lose up to 25% of the species on Earth. Right? Some scientists say lower than that, but up to 25% of species will be lost by the year 2055, and that's a unbelievable number. So we're in another mass extinction event, and it's something that environmental scientists have to consider. So we look in the fossil record to basically get clues in terms of what happened globally when these events happened in the Earth's history. So that is mass extinctions.